Like very early into stand-up comedy, like I knew that I loved it. Like this was what I wanted to do. But also very early into stand-up comedy, I also knew that there is no money in stand-up comedy. It's like a passion thing that doesn't pay, and you're just getting paid in laughs. Haha, here's your payment. Haha. Thank you. I will put it in my heart. That's why bombing is so painful, because your basic comics are basically getting paid in laughs. And then there's some nights you just go out there and you get 0 laughs. Actually, sometimes you get negative laughs. You get a little bit of anger because you're so unfunny. And then you got to take that as payment. Oh, no money, no laughs, and thank you for the anger. I will just pass it on to other comics and be angry and say mean things about other comics. Yeah, that's what comics do. So I knew I wanted to do stand-up comedy, and I saw how hard everyone was working, how talented people were in the scene were, and a lot of people still weren't making it, you know? So much talent, so much dedication. They would be grinding open mics like 1,000,000 times a week, and they wouldn't be crushing it financially or fame-wise. And I was like, if I want to be serious about stand-up comedy, like, I'm gonna have to be serious. I can't just treat it as a hobby. So I knew that eventually I would have to go at it full time. And if I went at it full time, where am I gonna get the money, right? So I had to do some planning. And here comes the cat. I knew you would come. You always come, Ollie, at the worst times. Okay. So distracting. I can't think of what I was going to say. Okay, so I knew I had to save money. So what I did was I deprived myself of all the pleasures of life that I normally spend money on. You know, I didn't eat out, which was very hard. Love to eat good food, try out new foods and cultural food. Foods from other cultures. Yeah, that's it. That's the words that I wanted to say. Deprive myself of that. Vacations? Oh no, didn't get to travel anywhere. I used to love to visit other countries. Like, I lived in various countries around the world for long amounts of time. Like, I lived in Vietnam for like over a year, Japan for over a year. Like, I've traveled all around the world. Couldn't do any of those things. Couldn't eat at restaurants I want to eat at. Didn't go dancing or partying with friends. That wasn't that hard because I don't party much, but still, that's a sacrifice I made. I didn't go that one time in the year or whatever. Over the next, 2 years? I think I was able to save up close to $30,000. Yeah, I saved up like close to $30,000, put it in TFSA account. Actually, I put it into a TFSA investment account, so it would grow. The money would grow, well, if I pick the right stocks or index funds, ETFs. I won't bore you with that financial stuff, but put it into a TFSA investment account, you know, and put it into like a basket of things like mutual funds, but it's better for if you do an index fund or ETFs, less fees. And that money, your money will grow and it will be tax-free. And then you could pull out from it slowly as you need to survive. So save that money, put in an investment account, got a part-time job as a waiter to help stem the shrinkage of my nest egg. But the 2 years, saved up that money, and then I quit my job. The money I made from waitering almost paid enough for my lifestyle, and I would only have to pull a little bit out from my TFSA account. But luckily, that little bit of money was offset by the gains I made. By the gains I made in stocks going up. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I saved all this money. I might as well just go at it full time. And I just only did stand-up comedy. Like, the reason why I had to stop my job as a copywriter, because I went to work. My job at work every day was to write kind of funny one-liners, which is very similar to stand-up comedy, or write commercials or radio ads that very much parallel writing sketches. So practically 10 to 12 hours a day, I was using creativity, and I drained myself, and I did not want to write more comedy afterwards or like go out and do comedy. Whereas when I switched jobs to be a waiter, it was a completely different part of my brain. Being a waiter does not kind of work my creative muscles. So my creative muscles weren't exhausted. And once I was done my shift, I was able to write. I wanted to write. I craved writing. And it was great, eating out or going on vacation. Or I could use that money to pursue my dream, which also brings me joy. So in my head, I was like, okay, I could spend $2,000 and go on vacation somewhere and enjoy myself for a week. Or I could use that $2,000 and do stand-up comedy for 2 months. Like 2 weeks, concentrated weeks of having fun at a vacation. Or follow my dreams for 2 months and have the possibility of making it a full-time thing eventually. Yeah, I think it's important to have a plan, to have goals, and try to figure out how to get there. Because if you're just like, oh, I wanna be like a world famous stand-up comedian, and then you just don't think about how you can get there, then you're just gonna get stuck in a rut doing the same things you always do. I want to be a world famous stand-up comedian. So I want to get into these festivals. I want to get on TV. How am I going to get that? Oh, I'm going to write more jokes. I'm going to do this or that. Because I haven't really thought of what I'm going to say here. This or that. Oh, how am I going to get to do this or that? Oh, I got to quit my job. Oh, but what about money? Okay, so then I need to save money. You know, you need to have the goal of what you want to do, and how would you get there? And then you got to try to do those things. It's a lot of, and it's almost dumb to say, but people just don't do it. Like, how are you going to get somewhere if you don't have directions on how to get there and have no idea how to get there? You got to think about it and figure it out. All right, thank you for listening to me talk about how I'm trying to reach my dreams. What are your dreams? I said that in a weird way. What are your dreams? What are your dreams? Comment below. Tell me about it. And how are you going about to get there?